What's up, Master Builders, and welcome back to Ginty Big Swirly. And today I got an amazing mod showcase for you guys. And of course, we're looking at not only Bill, but I got Ben as well. We got two troublemakers. Oh dear me. But anyway, I am going to be taking Bill away and making him as the actual one to actually look at. Oh god, that face is like, should have picked the other one. He's like, oh no, not me. But yes, we are going to stray away and talk about his actual buffer beams, because the buffers are the big, bright and red, and also massive as well. I think it might be common for most conneries, I suppose. But yes, the buffers are attached to those bricks with a hole in it, with a tube, and then you got the actual inserted tile piece to act as the buffer. And plus, the actual bottom part of the actual buffer beam is actually got these cheese slopes going downwards, and it joins on to the actual one. But there are two bricks. Hold on, there we are. And it is literally being attached by this bricks. It's like one of those L bricks going along, and that's being attached by this particular place over here. And to stick that on, plus got a tile here, but then got an extra plate to put the buffers a little bit at, and then that's where I put another tile on top of that. But at the moment, I will just mention a little bit about the actual wheels and the side coupling rods, because this one is a bit unique. Because of course, these are the actual small wheeled wheels that you get on quite a few train sets. I was going to say the Mickey Mouse, but I just realised they don't got the same one for the Christmas train. And this is being attached by the actual the actual wads. As you can see, I've got a special wad down here to make sure they come out just enough to actually attach to this special pin that's actually just like comes out. Like this one piece that's got like an axle in there with a piece that comes right out, and that's got the actual normal coupling rods I have for normal engines, and with this little washer at the end just so it doesn't fall off whenever I move it. Well, if I go too quickly it might be moved. I will show you the bottom of the design here, maybe have some light flashing around it. Ooh. Just so you can get the hold of how I built it and all that. This is just one piece of beam going across, making it easier. This is normally a technique that you see with normal steam train. Plus you've got these little bricks to keep it all in place. But yet again though, since we're talking about the bottom, I might as well talk about this little extra part on the end. Because this little part at the very end is actually 6 studs wide. Why did I do that? It's just so the top back end might be a little bit too heavy, even though I think it's actually standing up quite good at the moment. But if I actually have to like move it back, it might actually just tip back. So instead of like tipping, like making it look like it's got a wheelie, this is just percent that. Even though this model is so good, it's actually don't have to do it, but just in case kind of tomorrow. The boiler section though, I will hopefully open. There we are. I was hoping to do that without making so much of a mess. As you can see, I was like, at this point in time, I was trying to use up loads of minifigures base plates, so that was an easy way. Even though there is a little story, but I will tell that at the end. But then you got a row of the actual plates in the middle to make sure he actually joins into the actual thing. But onto the actual boiler itself. Down here you can just see there's like a few bricks over here. The face is like really off, but if you don't mind, Bill, there you are. And just to shine a light over here, just in case anybody wants to try and replicate it. This part though, these are bricks. This is a plate, And then you got those that the brick with a stud in the middle, where I got the actual Technic pin. Need to find that in a second. The Technic pin that attached to that little stud that I just lost down here, got it back, that actually attached to these little faces. These faces are a 3x3 faces that are just drawn with a marquee. And then you got these black arches that goes around. And then you got these other arches, these yellow ones to go around as well. That's added with the actual yellow plates on the bottom to create that effect. Done on Bill, I will put your face on. And the actual top part as well, moving the actual steam. And you got the actual funnel, the actual steam dome, and another one. I think it might be a sander, to be honest. I need to double check on the model. But this one and this one is actually being held by these 1x3 jumper plates with 2 dots on it. Glad that they came out, to be honest. They look absolutely amazing. And the funnel is actually the one with the roundness on it. Thank goodness, because I actually put this smoke cloud onto it. This is a Unikitty base plate that they have for the actual CZ1. Love it to bits. And then you got the actual stud on the side connection brick to place it there. So it looks like he's actually chuffing. See? Because in my layout, they are actually fighting another truck. So, putting his boiler over here, just so I can show you his bunker parts. Because these engines, their bunker is actually in front of the cab and not behind it. But of course, I just got a 2x2 round plate here. Of course, quite a few of those 2x4s being stuck all across here. And then a few plates, and then a tile to close off the bunker. And of course, this whistle part right here is actually one of those round 2x2 bricks with 2 studs on the top. And that's where I got the actual whistles from. So if I want to call this Bill and that one Ben, these whistles are flat, while Ben's got the actual stamp. See, Ben's got the stamp, and Bill got the actual soft ones. I might make it up whenever I go to any other place. But of course, while I'm here, I might as well talk about the actual windows as well. These windows are those slope bricks that actually go upwards to create that little corner angle so driver can actually see over the boiler. So if I actually put Bill back together, see, you can just see that that's just enough to actually see over his cab. Boy oh boy, it must be a hard time to actually be in one of these engines. But of course, these brown bits all over here, they are being attached by these studs on the side connection. I'm just wondering which one's the odd one out. There we are. This one's just been stuck by 1 brick. All the other ones are being stuck by 2 bricks. In my last model, this brick was actually an actual brick and not a stud on the side construction. But I will talk about that in a second. And the buffer beam is literally the same at the front, but this one, the actual, it's all leveled off. So the highest as high as can be. And also you got a flat black 2x4 plate here, tile here. And you can just see that there is no interior at all. I could build something, but nobody's not going to see the small engines. Maybe I should actually just do it just for my own sake. And of course you've got this bracket piece in the middle of the boiler that I forgot to mention. And that's where the actual nameplate will be. And of course, I was about to forget about the roof, to be honest. And the roof is actually with some of these slope bricks and then a 2x4 plate going all the way across. And just being held together by a few plates underneath. Just looking around now, just to make sure I did not forget anything at all. But no, that's about it for the actual models. But I got a story to tell about these two. Funny enough, the very first time I was building Lego, when I was building Toby, Harvey, Glenn, and maybe Fergus at the time, these two was the very first models I was building. But I wasn't building Ben. I was building their real counterparts of Alfie and Judy. So all this was green section, but the other different one that I actually have compared to these two to them is that it was all green. So it's just like, and also it is actually a 6 studs wide model. So when I was talking about the actual inside, all these minifigure base plates was actually one inside, so there wasn't this little section here. It was all just the base plates of the minifigures. Plus, when I was talking about these little brown parts, at that time I actually used actual brown bricks to make that effect. It didn't look alright, but it was just enough for me at the time. I'm glad to find out that this technique actually works now. But the strangest thing is, even though I was building it in 6 stud wide, but the funny thing is that as soon as I adapted to 8 studs wide, it was absolutely the same perfect model. It's literally just the same as I was building it. I knew there was about to be something I was about to forget. There's a little part just underneath here that actually got a bracket piece actually to come down and actually got a plate in the front to actually lined up. I knew there was something I've forgotten. Because of course, in my old model, this was just a red brick and then you got a yellow brick right here. But I never liked that. So I just changed that to a black bracket to carry on the actual footplate wide. Yeah, so that was the best thing about this model that I actually changed over. But yes, it is literally almost identical to the very first build I actually made. I can't believe it works in 8 studs wide and it looks perfect with building Ben in it. But I think that's about it for you guys today. I hope you master builders enjoy the showcase and stay tuned for more content. Don't forget to like, subscribe and comment, and of course, stay on track.